Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining our Central Valley Virtual Learning High School orientation tonight. Welcome. I'm glad you are here. Some of you may be joining us and have attended orientations before in the past. You are the experts. You will know most of the information in the presentation tonight, but there are a few one item in particular that is new to our program this year. So without ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started, because really the most important event tonight is for you to log in with your teachers and get to know your teachers and for the processes for each of your classrooms. So let me share my screen and we will get my presentation underway. There we go. All right, I hope you all can hear me well and you can see the screen. Welcome again to our orientation. Wanted you to know that Central Valley Virtual Learning is a community of online learners, and we pride ourselves in providing a flexible and personalized option for our students. Students take Cvvl courses for a variety of reasons. To just provide flexibility, to accelerate their learning, or to meet some individual need. And our main goal with all of the information that you're going to learn tonight, our main goal really is to help our learners be successful. Cvvl, what is Cvvl? It's a web-based educational program offered at each of our Central Valley School District high schools. And it provides instructor-led online courses for students. So all of our instructors are certified and highly qualified in each of the subject areas. And it's an interactive experience, meaning that it's not just a digital curriculum. You are interacting with our certificated teachers that are assigned to each course. Our courses, of course, are aligned to Washington State learning standards, just as all of our courses are in our Central Valley high schools. So Cvvl is considered an alternative learning experience program, and that simply means in the state of Washington, any program where students are spending some of their time outside the traditional classroom in learning or in coursework, such as our online courses. As an ALE program, we adhere to all of the codes that public school does, but we have a couple of extra processes and requirements. And two of those tonight that are most important are weekly contact and regular progress. So weekly contact really is that attendance piece. Like, how do you take attendance in an online environment, right? So this is what we do. What is required is that every student is required to make two-way contact with their teachers at least once a week. We recommend more frequently, but at least once a week. And of course, that personal direct two-way communication is for the purposes of instruction, for reviewing assignments, for testing, for reporting progress, or any other learning activities. So it can take the form of a lot of different ways. It can look at different ways with the contact, but it must be two-way, and it must be between the student and the teacher. So when a student posts an assignment to their course, to their Blackboard course, and the teacher scores it, it may look like that. An email exchange with the teacher, a phone call, a face-to-face meeting, coming to study session. We have study sessions available on Tuesdays that we'll talk about later. Or an electronic exchange using, for example, the Remind app. So if students fail to maintain this weekly contact, they'll actually be marked unexcused in their course for the week. And then the Becca Bill truancy laws actually apply when students are marked unexcused absent. Now, this is the new part that I was talking about. So these are new truancy laws related to and attached to ALE programs such as Cvvl. So of course, if it's an unexcused absence, it can be excused by a parent. But again, that two-way contact must be maintained, or unexcused absences will be marked. Most important, this is most important for our students who are taking multiple courses up to 6. Also required then, besides the weekly two-way communication, is regular progress. One of the advantages of Cvvl is that it allows for flexible learning environment. In other words, you get to choose when and where you want to work on your coursework, but you must make satisfactory progress. In other words, what that looks like is that you should be planning to upload at least 2 assignments per week per course, but it could be more. So basically, it's all of the work that the teacher is asking for, and it needs to be done on a weekly basis. Don't get behind. If you are not turning in work on a weekly basis as assigned by the teacher, that means that you are not making satisfactory progress, and we're kind of worried about whether or not you'll be able to complete the course on time. Okay. So I'm going to go back a screen here. In each course, there's a pacing guide. And so students and parents, both of you will want to download that pacing guide, and that will help you also stay on track. Print it out, use it as a checklist. So if students aren't making satisfactory progress, if they fall behind, we are required to create a success plan. And that success plan includes the acknowledgement of the students so that they acknowledge the fact and agree to the fact that the success plan will be put into place. Some of the things that you might see in a success plan are examples here. Attendance at a Cvvl evening study session. And as I mentioned a minute ago, we have study sessions every Tuesday here in person at our Cvvl building on East Sprague and McDonald from 5 to 7 p.m. And those study sessions, teachers will be available to assist and support students at those study sessions, and all COVID protocols will be followed. Another thing that may show up on a success plan is the required frequent contact with your teacher, more frequent. In other words, more than once a week would be required. Or possibly and ultimately, if students after a certain amount of time still are not showing adequate or satisfactory progress, we do and we are required to discuss a major change in a student program, which could include returning to classes at your neighborhood school. We use the same grade scale as the rest of Central Valley School District, so that is also how satisfactory progress will be determined, is grade scales. So here's some keys to success in our online program. Very, very, very important to stay on pace. Don't fall behind. Use that pacing guide. I also highly recommend a consistent routine. In other words, creating a schedule for yourself. Like, you get to choose when you're working on the course, but decide ahead of time, you know, what days, which times you're going to be working on which courses. And if you have multiple courses, you need to do that every single day. So, and communicate. Communicate weekly or more often. You don't have to do your communication just once a week. Teachers are available every single day. Please communicate with them on a regular basis and right away, actually. If you're struggling with technology or if you're struggling with understanding how to maneuver through your coursework, please reach out immediately to your teachers. They are your first point of contact. So again, just as I mentioned, if you have technical issues, contact us immediately. Teachers do a great job of helping kids with technical issues, but we also have, there's a help desk, a help tab within Blackboard itself that you can, especially if you're having trouble with Blackboard, please don't hesitate to submit a help desk ticket there. We do have a tech line in our school district at 558-5457. And then Mrs. Hemingway and myself were both available to help with some technical issues and anything else that might be related to your coursework in CVVL. Parents and guardians, you have access to an observer account in Blackboard. I would recommend that you sign up for an observer account. You can log into Blackboard using www.cvvl.org, log in with your email, and then we will find out, we will send you information about the password that you will use to enroll in your parent observer account. So students, just as a quick reminder, your login information really is the same as it was last year if you were in Central Valley School District. No matter the school you were at, it's your student ID, your student email actually, which is your student ID at cvsd356.org with the password being your 8-digit date of birth. So just so you know, teachers in Central Valley Virtual Learning in high school, they frequently communicate with students via the Remind app or through email to parents. Parents, you'll get weekly progress reports through your email. I will communicate to you through your email. So it is really a primary way for us to communicate. So I request that you please check your email inbox on a very regular basis so that you can remain informed about your child's progress. And that is, we are coming to the end of our session today. I'm thinking, I'm going to check here. In the chat. I'm thinking that you, number one, we're getting ready to move to our teacher sessions. I did send out a document, an attachment to both student and parent emails that we have on file. I sent that out this morning. That document holds all of the Zoom links for your teacher sessions tonight. I think we are also able to post, copy and paste. If Mrs. Hemingway has already done that, she may have already done that. You can look in the chat and you can find the links there as well. And you hopefully have the sessions. The sessions are we have 3 sessions tonight. And what you will do is you will, if you have more than 3 courses that you're taking, choose 3 important ones that are important to you for whatever reason to attend tonight in those 3 sessions, any 3 courses. And then if you have more than 3, tomorrow what you'll do is you will go to your course in Blackboard and you will find a video recording of your teacher's orientation session there that we will want you to watch. So without further ado, our teacher sessions begin in about 5 minutes or so. So I will stay online here to answer any questions in the chat that I can, but you are welcome to go ahead and find the link to your first session that you wish to attend and go from there. Thank you very much for coming today.